It's probably pretty easy to see the story of the game. Free throws down the stretch, regardless of how bad we played in terms of our defensive rebounding. We give up 18 defensive rebounds or offensive rebounds to a team like that, and give them 26 second chance points. You're not going to have a chance to win that game, and we really did. Had we, made some free throws down the stretch and cleaned up some of those things that we've been trying to shore up the entire season. So, 6 assists. Some guards average that. And that's what we had tonight. It's just not sustainable to try to score create everything, one-on-one. So 6 assists, 12 turnovers. Consequently, they had 15 assists on 6 turnovers. And 2-point game with 2 minutes to go, regardless of saying all that.
Josh, just talked to Jesse. First of all, how difficult is it to play without him, and is it hard to ask him to be aggressive but not foul?
Yeah, there's a couple of those I didn't understand whatsoever, to be honest with you. But what do you do? I can't get into it. It was called like a old Big East game, and he's a Hall of Fame coach. He knows what he's doing. He can be as aggressive as possible, knowing he's got a deep bench. So they can't call everything every single possession. We drew a lot of fouls, but I don't think that's the story of the game. There's certainly a lot of possessions down the stretch that I wasn't really happy with the way it was taken care of.
So without Jesse on the floor, how detrimental is that for you guys?
It's huge from a rebounding perspective. You try to clean the glass up with the guys we got out there, and they fought like heck. You look at JoJo and Quinn, the 5, 6. So they're out there fighting, but they're outmanned in a lot of ways with size and strength and fresh legs, it's a shame we couldn't clean up 2 or 3 of those. 18 is just hard to overcome. You come up with 3 or 4 more possessions that you didn't give them a second chance, and we're probably winning that ball game.
On the defensive glass, to what you were talking about, what else can you tell your team to do, though? You're shorthanded. You can't really tell them to be more aggressive, shoving back even when they're boxing out well. If the reaches, they're crashing into them is tough. Is there anything
keep fighting? We're not about to back down. We just keep fighting. We got the challenges, but we're going to make excuses. We're just going to keep on fighting. Figure out a way to I keep saying there's help coming, and there will be to a certain extent, but it's not here yet. And so we're not a victim. The situation is what it is. We go out there and we battle every single possession. And it felt like, in a lot of ways, St. John's was hungrier than we were. And they came in here and they wanted it. And they played with that tenacity that we probably didn't, have that approach. We were more of a finesse, and they were more of a grit, grind, and they came up with every hard rebound, every 50-50 ball. And with a possession-by-possession game like that, it's you got to have those extra possessions.
Josh, everything you just kind of mentioned, the 50-50s and the offense rebound, the one possession with a minute 32 left, minute and a half, Kobe gets the rebound, but he's falling out of bounds, so he's got to try to tip it. Ball kind of gets ping-ponged around, and Alain ends up with the layup there. It's a 2-point game at that point. That makes it 4. How big is that moment there? And that's nothing you can really, you can't dive.
No, that's one that it is what it is. It came down to the defensive end, though. We couldn't get a stop when we needed it, and they set some really hard screens that I didn't agree with whatsoever, and they didn't call it, so they had the advantage.
As Coach Pitino mentioned, he thought they did a good job of running you off the 3-point line. Was it in your mindset game plan to attack them? Was that something you saw, or is that just more the way the game played out?
Just the way the game played out, really. They were up in the passing lane. They were taking things away. They were in us on catch, and we all know we haven't shot the ball very well. So I don't know that was a huge factor. JoJo knocked a couple down, and that's going to be huge for his confidence. And but we were fighting to keep him on the floor with some foul trouble too. So yeah, we need to get those guys going. We need to get those shots to fall. Everybody guards a heck of a lot better when shots are falling, and the energy turns up on the defensive end, and it's all a snowball effect, and we didn't get that effect.
Is this a critical moment or juncture for Seth at this point?
No, I mean, I don't know where you're going with it. I mean, he is what he is at this point, and we're trying to get everything we can out of him, and he's trying. He's the effort's there, but he's just in a slump, and we got to get him out of it.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.